what role does sex play in my life? I think it plays a large role. I don't think I'm currently not in a relationship, so I'm not saying that it's something that I need to have every day, but when I think about it, and when I know day to day that that's something I enjoy learning about, I like talking about, I'm open to talking about it with somebody that I've just met too, like, you know, not like first date chats, but definitely I'm going to like bring around a conversation slightly about maybe, you know, are they, like, for example, I tend to relate my star sign sometimes to the fact that I'm really passionate and outgoing. I'm an Aries, and I know that Arieses are very like in tune with their sexuality, and they're passionate, you know, people in the bedroom. And so sometimes I segue from my horoscope into divulging the information that I enjoy sex, and it's something that I'm not going to shy away from, and don't really necessarily want to be with someone who finds it, you know, who's too conservative about it. Have you ever experienced low sexual desire? Yes, for sure. I think most of us do at some point. I was in a very long relationship, but even when I was out of it, I would go through these humps and these sections of my year or my relationship and find myself just uninterested, not really wanting to be naked or to in that moment, or maybe when my partner is really, you know, in a place where his sexual desire is, you know, heightened or high. It's maybe sometimes I wouldn't be, and we definitely had to navigate that. I think also when I haven't been in a relationship, I've noticed it that sometimes sex just didn't pop into my head. I wasn't concerned with it. I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't even masturbating realistically. It just would zap out, and my whole brain would be focused on work, on career, on what am I doing in New York, and, you know, where's my life at, that kind of stuff. And sometimes that definitely overrides your focus, I'd say, in sexual health. How did it affect the intimate relationship? It didn't affect it to the point where somebody was, you know, going to break up with anyone or anything, but it would be felt in the sense that it's outside of those moments, like when you are with your partner in the kitchen and you're cooking and, you know, you haven't had sex in 3 weeks, like maybe you're a bit more irritated, maybe you're not as loving while someone's cooking some dinner, you're not like coming up behind them and hugging them and like kissing their neck. You're a bit more like, all right, pass me the salt, pass me the pepper, and it's kind of like, all right, you can feel that it's a bit quiet in the tingling sensation of your relationship. So yeah, that's what I would say in that department. What advice would you give to someone struggling with their experiences related to sex and desire? Man, I feel like this list could be long, because it's advice I gave to myself. I really think that, you know, when you go through times of low sexual desire or you're not interested, you have to look at it, you know, not as like a, oh my God, something's wrong. That can really mess with you, because we're so connected, you know, that you could be sending some signals and some pressure, let's say, to that department, and, you know, end up really doing more harm than good. I would say, you know, look up some stuff. Get curious. I always say get curious, you know. Don't just Google, you know, little things. Get into it. Like, there are some amazing, for example, social media accounts out there that are really pro sexuality. They want to share information. They want to like remove the tabooness of it. I mean, just the other day, like, I came across an account that posted a post about how to have, you know, how to be dirty in the bedroom. And I was like, wait, what? And that was just like amongst all the other stuff in the feed. And I just came across it and I was like, oh, amazing. I'm going to stop right here and take a second. And I read it and I was like, oh, wow, that is just so useful. Like, there's the stuff that I would never have thought of that was really useful to me. And it also made me feel that I'm not the only one that's wondering about this. Like, how does someone usually talk dirty? Like, I have some ways. How are other people doing it? Is it always like this way, or is it also like that? And, you know, if we're all out there sharing information like, top 10 productivity skills, or like top 3 things you could do before you go to sleep at night, why are we not also saying top 3 things you could be doing in bed, and what you should be maybe curious about, that kind of stuff? get a steamy book. I think that's awesome. It doesn't have to be Danielle Steele, but it needs to be something, fun. It needs to be something like it could be like a short story or something that just gets you, your brain in that different space, because we're all just like reading all the stuff on our phones, and sometimes I don't know if people are reading that steamy stuff because they're so busy nowadays, especially in New York. Explore yourself is one. I mean, I'm sure this one's pretty big for most people. Like, I know that my girlfriends talk about that pretty often, but I do get surprised sometimes. Like, some people aren't really exploring themselves. And I don't just mean like take a mirror and check out what's down there. I mean like really, what is it that you enjoy? And sometimes it's not easy to answer. Like, I don't think it was easy for me to answer that for a long time. And sometimes it took a partner to discover what it is that now I like, that I might not have liked before or known that I liked before. Communicate. Oh, that's huge. Like, communicate. Find out what it is that, your partner likes, what they don't like. If you're going through a moment of wondering, like, is this something my partner's enjoying? Am I enjoying it? Like, just chatting about it. And again, I think, sending this self-tape in, I think it's already like got me, I was very excited about it because I prefer to live on the side of removing the taboo, removing any sort of like blush from people where it's like a thing. And it's so true because, I love that. Unblush is definitely so appropriate for this because so many people do find it. And it's cute to blush too. But let's unblush you after you start blushing. I think I just blushed, but it's cute. It's nice to talk about this. I think it's really important that you're having an awareness campaign. I think the more people that get involved, the more comfortable I even feel talking about it with friends and people. And I think we all could use more talks about sex and sexuality, desire, and life. I actually I'm reading a book called Sex at Dawn, and when I came across this audition opportunity, I got really excited because I wanted to explore. I wanted to know a bit about a history, and the book it goes back thousands of years to tell you that humans have been having sex for a very long time, and a lot of other things that maybe people nowadays feel is new, or what is this, what is that. It's been around a long time. Like, there's nothing to fear. We were much more primal too a long time ago, so it's cool to learn about. So that's where I'm at. Thank you very much. Have a great day.